I am here today with a review of the PlayStation Vita, which I just recently got for Christmas. So, without further ado, I will talk about the PlayStation Vita. This is the Vita. Somewhat similar to a PSP, it has dual thumbsticks instead of just one. It's got your X, your square, triangle, your circle button on here, your analog D-pad. One thing I don't like is how the X button is very, very close to the right thumbstick, and the down button is very close to the left thumbstick. This thing has two cameras on it. It has one on the front. Where is it? It's got a camera on the front somewhere. I think this is it right here. This here, and then there's a camera on the back, which is this one right here. This here is a touchpad. Some games have this, so you actually use the back. And this is a LED 5-inch touch screen. And it's pretty bright. And right here, these are your volume up and down buttons. This thing is not very loud, unless you're wearing headphones. This here, this is your start button. You hold it in for about 3 seconds and it powers on the machine. This is your PS button, this one here. Functions like the PS3 does. Fans of the PSP might like this. The PlayStation Vita, PS Vita, right here on the bottom. The top here, you gotta kind of pick at it, and it opens up. This kind of feels a little flimsy right here. So you see how this flimsy this is? I don't like that. You push your game out. This is how you put your game in. You push it out. This, by the way, is a PS Vita game. This is Mortal Kombat. You can see they went pretty much in the direction of the DS with the game chips, as I like to call them. So you guys may call them something else. I like to call them game chips. And when you insert your game, you close that, you hear it click, that means it's closed. And you have this here. This also opens. And this is a USB port of some kind. I think this is where you would plug it in to attach it to a PlayStation 3. And there's also another port here. I don't know what it's for. But again, it feels flimsy when it's open. You close it, you push it down, and you hear it click. The start and select buttons are right here. I don't like these buttons because they're so small, you could barely feel them. And it's kind of aggravating, to say the least. These buttons here all these buttons are just like too small. Except for the buttons, of course, play. Up top here is your L button and your R button on the other side, much like the PSP. This does play PSP games. If you have any that you have purchased on the PlayStation Store, you can use them. Sadly, this does not support UMD discs. One nice feature is you can link your PlayStation 3 account to the PS Vita, which I have done. Let's turn this puppy on to show you what it looks like. This is powering up here. Gives you that warning thing just like the PS3 does, a stupid little warning message nobody pays attention to. And it comes up with this, tells you what time it is. You simply take your finger, slide it across, and it's loading my game. I have 3 games for the PlayStation Vita. I have Mortal Kombat, which was the game that just loaded. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which I just purchased prior to this review. And I have Uncharted. Now, Uncharted right here, which I purchased on my memory card, which comes separate. Now on here you have Welcome Park, which is pretty much a tutorial on how to use the touchscreen and the touchpad. Here you have something called Party. So apparently you can create parties with other PS Vita friends. The PlayStation Store, you have something called Near, which I have no idea what that does. You have your friends list. You have messaging thing here. You have your trophies, which pretty much like the PS3, only this one you have to access it, whereas the PS3 you just go to it and it loads. And this is Vita trophies. It tells you what trophies I have. Here we go. These are the games and how many trophies I have per games. If you touch one of these, it'll bring it down, and you scroll it. You scroll it like this, and it goes up and down on the screens. And you can see the list of trophies. Or you can click the PlayStation Network tab next to it, and you can see it is loading my trophies because I linked my PS3 account and I have over 3,000 trophies. And this takes a moment, and there you go. See, this is a list here, and I can not do that, but this will show Super Street Fighter trophies now, which I don't want to show. I can click on this. This brings up my profile. Gives me a couple options here. It'll tell me how many trophies I have, my gamer level, and to exit all this, you press the PS button, and like before, you drag your finger and it closes like a book. Here we have a camera, which is good for taking pictures. On this device, you can change which camera to use. To either use the front or the back camera, which is pretty nice. And you have the internet browser, which I do not recommend using. Reason is because it is very small, and unlike the PS3, you cannot zoom in on the browser. I drag the screen up here. We have our music section, video section, photo section, much like the PS3. You have a content thing, something here for content where you could access all your content. You have maps. You have a GPS. Maps, email, settings, which is just like the PS3. Here are the games here. I have Mortal Kombat. I have Uncharted. Madden 13 is my brother's game, which he let me borrow. Fireworks, which is a free downloadable thing. I have yet to try it. It uses the AR cards, which I do not have handy, so I cannot show them, unfortunately. And a free Skype app. Now, I did look at the Skype app, and sorry to say, with the Skype app, you can only call with that. You can't text on the Skype app, and yeah, so it really only works if you're trying to call somebody on your Skype list. And yeah, that's that. And this is a Vita game, much like a Blu-ray, as you can tell. You should be able to tell by now. It is blue, like a Blu-ray case. Only a Blu-ray case is hard plastic. This is hard plastic. Unlike the PS3 case, PS3 case is see-through, and this is blue. And much like a PlayStation 3 game, if you're going to play online, you will need an online pass. Yeah, kind of sucks, doesn't it? You would think for a handheld they'd just get rid of that. And this here, again, this is the size of a game. They have a little space here for your Vita memory card, which goes down here. Let me open this thing. Yeah, the Vita memory card. This little thing, let me zoom it in here. This little thing is a Vita memory card. They come in a variety of sizes. This one is the 4 gig stick, the 4 gig memory card. They also sell an 8, as well as a 32, and a 16. The smallest, ranging from $20, would be the 4 gig stick. I keep calling them sticks. They're really little cards or chips. The smallest one being a 4 gig stick. The next one, size up, being an 8 gig, which sells for about $30 to $40. I really don't know. A 16 gig will sell for $50 or more, and a 32 gig will sell for $100. They are very pricey, so if you have the money on you, I suggest getting the biggest one you can. This way, you don't have to worry about it. But again, this is the Vita. Down here is your charger port, and you can plug headphones into this thing. This is the headphone jack. Fans of the PSP, if you like the PSP, you'll probably like this. The PlayStation Vita, this is the Wi-Fi only version, not the 3G version. I don't think the 3G is worth the money, since you have to pay AT&T a monthly service fee to use the 3G anyway. And yeah, so one more thing about the PlayStation Vita that I like is it has cross-play and cross-save functionality. If you don't know what that is, the cross-play functionality lets you play the same game if you're playing, say, Battle Royale, PlayStation All-Stars, on the Vita online. You can play it against PS3 players. And you could also take your save on the Vita. You could pick up your game from the Vita onto the PS3 if you have the PS3 version as well, and vice versa. You could play a game on the PS3, save it, and pick up where you left off on the Vita. It's pretty cool. I would recommend the PlayStation Vita if you have $250 to pick one up, or if you want the Assassin's Creed 3 bundle pack. That one I believe is going for the same price. I heard it was $300. My brother bought his Assassin's Creed 3 bundle for $250. So who knows? This is the PlayStation Vita. I like it. It's a shame there's not many games for it, unfortunately, right now. Like I said, I only have 3 games. 2 Fighters, Mortal Kombat, and All-Stars, which I have yet to play, and Uncharted. Which the games I've played so far use the touchscreen really well. I like them. It does fighting games really well, as far as I could tell so far. It does not do shooters as easily, sadly. Yeah, so this is the PlayStation Vita. Pretty much said everything I want to say about this. So, if you like this video, you want yourself a Vita, go ahead and pick one up.